Welcome back, dear students. So, today we are going to start Mathematics Part 1, Standard 9. So, our first lesson is from the Part 1 Algebra, lesson sets. So, friends, what are sets? So, we know that in our day-to-day life, we generally talk about a group or a collection of objects. For example, you have a pack of cards, you have a bouquet of flowers, a herd of cows, a bunch of keys, a flower of birds. So we have so many objects of the same type. We used to call them a particular set. Like you can see here a flower bouquet, a bunch of keys, flock of birds, pile of notebooks and a collection of numbers. So dear students, we use special word for each of the collection. Like here we are seeing a bouquet, bunch, flock, pile, collection. So we call this collection of such objects as a sets. So when to call a sets? The well-defined collection of objects is called a set. So what is the definition of a set? The well-defined collection of objects. And here we have the name of the set is generally given by the capital letters. Like we have capital letters A, B, C up to Z. So these letters can be used to give or to denote a set. So capital letters are used to denote a set. And when we have the individual object of the set, we call it as a member or element of a set. So for example, elements or members of a set will denote them by using small letters like A, B, C up to the small letters we are going to use to denote a particular elements, lowercase to denote members or elements of set, capital letters to denote a set. And suppose if we want to say that this letter A belongs to a particular set, so if A is element of a set capital A, then you can write A belongs to capital A. This is a notation to write. And we can read is that A is element of A. Or you can say A is a member of this set A. And if suppose it does not belong, then we'll write A does not belong to capital set A, which means that this A is not an element of this A. This symbol means belongs to and this is not belongs to. A is a member of A and here A is not a member of capital A. Now let us see some more set of numbers. Like if you want to say natural numbers, if you want to see a set of natural numbers, then suppose we have natural numbers like 1, 2, 3 and so on. So set of natural numbers will indicate by capital letter N and we will write it like this. N is equal to, and this curly bracket will write to indicate, and these are the natural number and so on. Curly bracket close. This is a curly brackets. And next we want to indicate a set of whole numbers. So whole numbers can be indicated by letter W. And if we add 0 in this, it will become a whole numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on. Infinite numbers are there. And if you want to indicate integers, so integers include positive numbers, 0 along with their negatives. So integer I will be the capital letters, and here we'll write down positive numbers as well as negative numbers. So here -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So these are set of integers which denote positive integers, positive natural numbers, their negatives as well as zeros. Then we have rational numbers, which will indicate with the letter Q. And we have real numbers. So set of real numbers will indicate with the letter R. So these are some general set of numbers, set of natural numbers, set of whole numbers, set of integers, rational numbers, real numbers. Then we have prime numbers, odd numbers. So like this we can indicate sets. Now dear students, we will see how to write sets, that is methods of writing sets. So we are having two methods. First is listing method, or you can call it as a roster method. Second is rule method, or you can call it as a set builder form. So dear students, we have two methods to write a set. Listing method, which is another name having roster method, rule method, or you can call it as a set builder form. So we will see first of all what is listing method. So in a listing method, we are going to write all the elements of a set in a curly bracket. Compulsory to use this curly bracket, all the elements should be enclosed within these bracket. And in the listing method, we are going to separate all elements with the comma. And here the order of the element is not important, but we need to write all the elements of the set. For example, if we are asked to write the odd numbers between 1 and 10. So here in listing method we are asked to write down odd numbers between 1 and 10. So we can write it like, suppose A is a here set. So we'll denote here A as a letter, capital letter A, to indicate a set of these odd numbers. And we are having odd numbers between 1 and 10. That is, we are having 3, 5, 7, 9. So between 1 and 10 we are having these odd numbers. So 3 separated by 5, then 7, then 9. So here we have written all the elements separated by commas in a curly bracket. I can write it like this also. I can write first 7, 5, 3, then 9. So here order is not important. Important is just to write all the elements separated by commas. And if suppose, for example, any element is repeated, so it is have to write down only once. For example, if it is said to write down the word remember, and we want to write down these letters. So A is equal to, here if you see these letters are R, E, M, again E, M, B, E, R. But you can say R is repeated here, M is repeated, E is repeated. So write it only once, R, E, M, then B. So here elements are repeated, so we have written them only once, R once, E, then M and B. So here this set A indicates the elements of the word remember. So listing method or a roster method says that write all the elements enclosed in a curly bracket, elements are separated by comma, and the order of the element is not important, but you have to write down all the elements. And if any element is repeated, you need to write down only once. So now the next method is rule method, or you can call it as a set builder form. So, as in the first listing method, we used to write down all the elements list separated by comma in a curly bracket. Here we are not going to list any element. So rule method, in this method the elements are not listed, just we are going to describe them by specifying property which determines the elements of the set uniquely. For example, we do not write the list of elements here, but what we'll do, we'll use a variable like x, y, z or any small letter you can use, followed by a vertical line, and then we'll write a property. For example, I can write down the set of odd numbers from 1 to 10. So I want to write down the set of odd numbers from 1 to 10. So in a listing, what we'll do, listing method, we just write them by separated by comma. But in a rule method, I can write set A. Here I will use variable x followed by this vertical line. Vertical line means such that, this vertical line indicates such that. So x is such that x is an odd number x is such that x is an odd number less than 10. Means here you are writing the property. So you can again write down A is equal to x such that x belongs to a natural number. Again x is less than 10. So you can write down it like this. Like in this example, you can see this is a rule method, this is a listing method. So in a rule method, you are indicating a variable and its property which uniquely define it. And a listing method, you are listing all the elements separated by commas. Like here, A is a set. In a rule method, you can write x such that x is a letter of the word division. Here, you are directly writing all these elements, division. And I is repeated, so you are writing I only once. So this same way of writing, this is a rule method by describing the property using variable and here listing elements. Another set is B, and here B is y such that y is a number, y square is equal to 9. So we know that we'll get a 9 only in two cases, when minus 3 square will be 9 and 3 square will be 9. And here next element is C. So here Z such that Z is a multiple of 5 and is less than 30. So we know that 5's multiple less than 30's are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So here you are listing variables, but here you are describing them by using their properties. So set builder form or listing method. Like here, fill in the blanks in the following table. So for example, listing or roster method or a rule method. So listing, you are listing that these are 2, 4, 6, 8, 14 means these are even natural numbers less than 15. So you can list them or you describe them. X such that X is an even natural number less than 15. Next is B, set such that X is a perfect square number between 1 to 20. So we know that perfect squares are by using listing methods less than 20, 4 is a perfect square, 9, 16. So here we know that there are only 3 such perfect squares between 1 to 20. So I have directly listed these elements separated by comma in a curly bracket in a listing method, and here we have defined. Next, C is a set where having letters A, E, I, O, U. We know that these are the English letter vowels. So I can write down by using rule method as a C is equal to, in a curly bracket, I can use any variable, say y, and such that y is a, these are vowels. So I can write y is a vowel in English alphabets. And then next, another is there in a rule method D, such that y is a color in the rainbow. So we know that in the rainbow we have a colors violet, indigo, blue, green, vibgyor. So these are the colors directly listed and here described. Then next we have a set P x such that x is an integer, -3 is less than x is less than 3. Means here x is such a variable which is less than 3 as well as x is greater than -3. So we have -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. So these are possible listing elements. Less than 3 means 2 and 1, greater than -3 means -2, -1 and 0. Then next we have a set M which having 1, 8, 27, 64, 125 and so on. So if you notice them, these are the cubes. So we have M set where x such that x is equal to n's cube. And you can see here n is here a number which is less than equal to 5 and greater than equal to 1. So in this way rule method will give you the specific property which define the variable uniquely, and listing method we directly list all the elements separated by comma using a curly bracket. Hope you have understood it. Thank you.